my name is Lacey Adams, and today I'm going to be talking about the different learning styles we have and how each study habit we do can be geared towards our learning style so that we can succeed throughout our college careers and ace all of those tests we have to take. So, why are different study habits needed for each different learning style? So every single person has a different learning style, and the way I study versus the way you study is going to be different because we have different learning styles. And each study habit isn't going to work for every single learning style. Like, we have to choose what works for us based off of how we learn material. So the different learning styles that I'm talking about today are auditory, visual, and reading and writing. So these are the three main learning styles that everyone kind of falls into. There's like plenty of other learning styles out there, and each person might have a couple of other learning styles that fit with them as well, but most people tend to fall into one of these three categories. So figuring out which category you're in can be super beneficial to learn how to study and what's going to work best for you throughout your college career. So with the auditory learning style, the study habits that you would want to do are listening to and replaying lectures, which is super helpful if you miss information in class or you just kind of zone out for a second, because we all do that. So listening to and replaying lectures, you'd have to get permission from your professor, obviously, to record their lecture, but once you do, it's super helpful to go back and listen to it over and over and over again and gather all the information from that lecture. Another thing you can do is to have group discussions with your fellow classmates. If you miss information in class or you need to have like a deeper understanding of it and you don't want to study those office hours with your professor and you just want to kind of like have a quick little turnaround of like what just happened in lecture, you can gather with your classmates and discuss it, and you tend to learn that way and it helps you. And then another way you can learn and study is reading aloud to yourself. So if you're an auditory learner, you can't just sit there and read and expect the information to just magically pop into your head. You're gonna have to say it out loud, hear it, listen to it, and absorb it that way. So next up we have the visual learning styles, and the study habits for this are watching videos and presentations over the new material. So say you go into class and you get all this information thrown at you and you're like, where do I even start to begin this? YouTube, it's great. YouTube has so much stuff for visual learners because you can go on there, YouTube up whatever you're looking for, and there's going to be a video about it, and they're going to have graphs and pictures and just a whole presentation in a video format. So it's a great way to study and to learn. And another way that visual learners can study is by taking notes that include pictures and symbols. So the way you write and take your notes as a visual learner can truly like impact how you will go about studying, because when you go back and see those notes that you wrote, it's going to help you remember what was talked about in lecture. And lastly, we have the reading and writing learning style, and the study habits for this are rewriting information into one's own words. So when you're in lecture and you see the PowerPoints that are put up on the screen and everything, you can't just copy it all down exactly word for word. You have to rewrite it in a way that your brain understands it. So the best way to do this is just getting all the information, rewriting it. I like to just go through and like look at words. I'm like, okay, I normally don't use this word. Let me find another word that I would normally put in place of that, and it starts to make more sense for me as I go. And then you also want to write down main concepts and ideas and put these in your own words as well. It's easier for us to learn when we see things how we would normally interpret it. So when it's in your own words, it's going to help you a lot. And I am a reading and writing all the way. I love taking notes, but I have to go back and just put all this stuff in my own words and learn how to comprehend it that way. So this is the conclusion, but these three learning styles have several unique study habits, in which different students can find success when preparing for future assignments. So, each of you should be able to figure out what your your learning style is, and then the study habits that go along with it. And when you use these study habits with your preferred learning style, you will succeed in your college career. Thank you.